Support WrestleTalk!
Give us a subscribe. Braun Strowman beat up Goldust and R-Truth. Braun Strowman beat up Kalisto. And Braun Strowman beat up a wrestling ring. I'm Ollie Davis and this is the 17th of April 2017 edition of Braun Strowman Beats Up Stuff in about 4 minutes. Following his brutal backstage beatdown of Roman Reigns last week, WWE's biggest babyface Braun Strowman gloated that this was his yard now. Strong babyface pop. And that the big dog won't be here tonight. Even bigger babyface pop. Kurt Angle told Strowman he'll face Reigns at Payback in just 2 weeks' time, and then suspended the monster among men, presumably for being too awesome. A suspension that resulted in Braun having the night's main event match. Chris Jericho put over Samoa Joe strong here by tapping to the Coquina Clutch clean, reminding us all Y2J is off the tour with his band Fozzy soon, and most definitely spoiling the result of his US title match at Payback against Kevin Owens. Joe and Seth Rollins cut promos on each other afterwards where the Kingslayer used the word bitch. Edgy. Goldust and R-Truth were Strowman's first backstage victims, meaning they could no longer face Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson managed to get a pretty decent match out of Enzo and Big Cass in their place. Just like he did with John Cena, Miz balanced real life and storyline immaculately when picking apart Dean Ambrose. The Lunatic Fringe was the WWE champion and #1 draft pick last year, but he still hasn't been able to break the glass ceiling. Ambrose attacked Miz to close the segment, which felt very SmackDown-esque. Probably because we only had this feud several months ago on SmackDown. Also, I miss Maurice dressed as Nikki Bella. TJ Perkins and Jack Gallagher had a really good match. Not just because of the fantastic in-ring wrestling, but also because of the extra storytelling layer of Austin Aries and Neville watching at ringside, almost fighting each other through proxy. Perkins won, who is getting over in the right way with his new heel gimmick. Every time he dabs, rage consumes me. Just like the WrestleMania 4-way, this match was built around 3 women joining forces to take out Braun Strowman. It worked really well, with Jax getting a bunch of great-looking power spots. Alexa Bliss stole the pin on Sasha Banks after Jax hit her finisher, becoming the #1 contender for Bayley's Women's Championship. Following his reported concussion from Jinder Mahal last week, Finn Balor got a match where he didn't have to take any bumps. A 30-second squash of Kurt Hawkins. Afterwards, Bray cut his standard Titantron promo where he doesn't actually say anything of substance. Matt was caught between 2 gimmicks in the Hardys backstage interview. He talks like your standard scripted WWE wrestler, but then puts emphasis on words like ever and tremendous. It was fascinatingly weird. Jeff had a decent match with Cesaro later on, ahead of their tag team title bout at Payback. Earlier in the night, the camera cut backstage to Strowman dragging a luchador's lifeless body along the floor. I'm pretty sure it was Kalisto, but sometimes they all look the same to me. That's not racist, it's a mask thing. And chucked him in a dumpster. This prompted Big Show to nobly tackle Strowman from out of nowhere, screaming, "Why don't you pick on someone your own size?" At the end of their solid big sweaty man match, Strowman and Show hit the superplex spot they teased in their last Raw main event. The ring collapsed, giving Strowman back-to-back spectacle moments alongside last week's ambulance deadlift, begging the question, what large inanimate object is he going to beat up next Monday? There was no official winner here, but Strowman's music hit when he was the only person to stand up. Logically, this would build to a last man standing stipulation between the two. This also fits into Strowman's larger character arc though. His top rope Achilles heel. Braun's only loss so far was to Reigns at Fastlane, where his major mistake was attempting a top rope splash. To show that Strowman is fiercely intelligent as well as a powerhouse, this should be built into how he overcomes Roman at Payback. He's not only an unstoppable physical force, he also learns and adapts from his mistakes. Now he's conquered the Big Show using a middle rope suplex, he needs to beat Roman when mastering the top rope splash. And then all of a sudden you've got a huge spectacle move in Strowman's arsenal that he can pull out in big pay-per-view matches. So that was this week's Raw in about 4 minutes. Here's the usual ratings recap from top to bottom, in awe, core, average, poor, and bore. This week's Raw is average. The episode had 4 really enjoyable matches that got a decent amount of time, a fiery Miz TV segment, and Braun's path of destruction. The WrestleMania momentum is still there, but it's steadily slowing because of Raw's 3-hour runtime, which resulted in the show dragging in parts and the live crowd being rather lackluster. What did you all think? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to vote in the poll above my head to give it your own rating. I'll announce the results on tomorrow's WrestleTalk news. Should Matt and Jeff Hardy turn broken in WWE? Luke Owen and I debate just that in the latest WrestleTalk show episode. And Mauro Ranallo has fired shots at WWE following his reported departure from the company. Click the videos to the left to find out more and press subscribe. I've been Ollie Davis, and that was wrestling.